Welcome to our Cracked Racquets coverage of the 2022 Norman Open men's singles final. Alex Gruskin here to steer the ship on an exciting championship Sunday for oh so many reasons. Now, let's start with the obvious one. This event being held in Norman, Oklahoma on the University of Oklahoma campus. As such, it has to be nice to have a hometown finalist. It's senior Alex Martinez, or I should technically say fourth year Alex Martinez, as he does have one additional year of eligibility left due to everything that's happened with COVID. But simply put, Martinez has been exceptional here this week, and as such will now compete for his first ITF Pro Singles title. You look for Martinez, whether it was yesterday's semifinal victory, he fought off a match point against teammate Jordan Haas and ultimately comes through for the 3-set victory, whether it was the fact that in his 4 previous wins, he had dropped no more than 6 games per match. There is no doubt that Alex Martinez is playing some of his best tennis here this week, but he's going to face a very tough test here in today's final as he takes on Yuta Kikuchi. Now, it's a second singles final for Kikuchi on the pro circuit. However, his second final of the summer on the pro circuit, as well as he reached a final in doubles back during our coverage of the USTA SoCal Pro Circuit. And it's been a fantastic year in the pros for Yuta Kikuchi. You look now up to number 916 in the rankings. He'll be top 850 after this week's run to the final was phenomenal yesterday in a 3-set victory over top seed Lucas Gertsch. And look, anytime you can beat a top 300 player, clearly you're doing something right. You look for Kikuchi, 20-8 overall in his pro singles expeditions here over the past 6 months. So clearly we have 2 players in Martinez, Kikuchi, who Cracked Racquets fans, you're going to hear a lot about these two throughout the course of this 2023 college tennis season. But before we get to that, we get to watch these two flex their muscles as each will compete for their first pro singles title. With that said, let's head over to Norman, where we have our players now out on court. Little warm-up stages here for today's match. Looks like Martinez on that far side of the court, Kikuchi here on the near side. And if we can, super producer Daniel Westoff, let's show our viewers a little bit more about 7th seeded Yuta Kikuchi. Again, you look for Kikuchi now, 23 years old, as he enters today's final. As I alluded to, entered the week at 916, a little bit off his career high of 914, but you see he's floating inside the top 1,000. A victory here today likely gets him inside the top 800, and it's just not the worst place to be from a pro circuit perspective for the senior. Of course, he'll be headed back to the University of Cal this season. You look for Kikuchi last year. It's a fantastic year that saw him finish 98th in the ITA singles rankings, 36th in doubles. Kikuchi 20-16 overall on the season, 18-11 in doubles, earned an at-large bid to the NCAA doubles championships. Obviously, you see, again, the performance on screen here this week. Wins over Kareem El-Alaf, another former college tennis standout. Good wins over Christian Lerby, Alejandro Moreno. And then again, yesterday went down an early 1-love break in the 3rd set to Lucas Gertsch before kind of cruising from there. A comfortable 6-3 in the 3rd decision for Kikuchi. So would be anything but impressed by the 23-year-old who moves extraordinarily well in and out of the outer thirds of the court. Always going to generate a little more depth, a little bit more topspin than you expect when he's pushed in his corners. And he's going to look to take that ball early on the rise. Take time away from Alex Martinez, who will bring on your screen now. Again, you look for Martinez, 892 entering the week. A title will very likely push him to a new career high inside the top 850 of the ITF singles rankings. And I mean, the wins speak for themselves this week. Obviously 7-5 in the 3rd yesterday over a teammate. Always so difficult to face someone you know that well, but a 2-1 win over Adrian Boitan is nothing to bat your eye out. Boitan, top 5 player in the country last year for Baylor, going to begin his pro career now this fall. And Martinez dropped just 3 games. 6 games against Sid Bonthia, Bonte, of course, Kikuchi's teammate now at Cal, and then the 2-1 victory in round number 1. There's no doubt it's helped to be on home courts. Martinez has played excellent. Yesterday was actually the first match where his serve was broken all week long. It's been that dominant for Martinez, who hits the big first serve, goes after his first forehand. I equated his game, and some of you Oklahoma players may remember this man fondly, to former Oklahoma All-American Axel Alvarez, who always looked to go after that first forehand, the way both of them load that forehand near their body, spring through it. I see it. Maybe you'll see it as well. Certainly, we'll see some big serves from Martinez today. And with that said, looks like both of our players getting ready, headed back to the bench. Warm-up complete. So let's rock and roll as this 2022 Norman Open men's singles final begins. Again, 6th-seeded 21-year-old Alex Martinez taking on the 7th seed 23-year-old Yuta Kikuchi. Looks like Kikuchi will serve first. So now I get to say those magic words. Folks, let's play some tennis. That will be the key for Kikuchi today. Yes, he missed that volley, but taking the net from Martinez, being the aggressor, not allowing Martinez to sit on that forehand wing where when he has time, not only can he drive through the court so well, he'll start mixing in the drop shots. That's going to be the test for Kikuchi today. How does he take time away? So it's an early opening here for Martinez to start. Again, Alex Gruskin here on the call for today's men's singles final. Yes, we have 2 players with collegiate ties, but let's be clear, 2 out of 3 sets add scoring format for today's match. That seems to be the early wrinkle here for Yuta Kikuchi. Trying to sneak forward to the net, use his quickness to beat Martinez to the spot. Martinez had a good look at a forehand there. Just wide on that cross-court attempt. 4 points in, though, we see a clear dynamic already emerging. So it's a 1-love hold. Yuta Kikuchi kick off our Norman Open men's singles final. Of course, you can see some of the scores running on the bottom line here on your screen. In case you didn't join us yesterday, it was a fantastic men's doubles final. Such a high level from our champions, George Goldoff, Tyler Zink. I didn't realize I said this yesterday, but of course, our doubles finalists were age 18, 17, 21, and then George is 27 yesterday. I may have alluded to the fact that George needed a cane in comparison to some of his, I suppose, peers out on court there, 27 years old. He's the old man, right, out on the court. One of you listeners, viewers, snitched on me. Someone told George I said that. And I stand by the words, but just to be clear, obviously George, a dear friend of us here at Cracked Racquets, was, dare I say, joking around with him. That said, he and Tyler, again, excellent yesterday in capturing that doubles crown. Martinez here to serve. Kicks things off with an ace, and again, Alex Martinez went unbroken in his first 3 singles victories here this week. Just up an early 4-2 lead before that first set kind of went away from him yesterday. And managed to right the ship. He's played such aggressive tennis here this week. Kick serve for Martinez. Always going to be his serve of choice. You can understand why. It gives him that much more time to find the forehand. And he wants to be playing first strike tennis with that shot. Giving a call, a long look. You can see we have linesmen out on court here today. See the one on that far baseline, standing on the center hash. There'll be one now standing on this sideline as well, on the near side of your screen, out of sight. So Martinez gets on the board as well. 2 holds to kick off our match. For what it's worth, these two faced off just a couple of weeks ago in the college tennis fall event. These two playing at the Battle of the Bay in doubles. Kikuchi and Cal ultimately getting a win on that occasion. And a fairly steady rhythm here thus far. Maybe a little shaky on both sides. Of course, again, Kikuchi playing in his second pro singles final, first since summer of 2019. It's been a little bit of time for the 23-year-old. Of course, again, first pro singles final today for Martinez. Always wonder how those nerves factor in here early. See the heaviness of that Martinez forehand. Ground strokes in general, again, when he can get his feet set, he's capable of overwhelming opponents. It's an early break point chance here. For the fourth year out of Oklahoma, Alex Martinez. Great response. Well, now we're playing some tennis. Not the greatest movement from Martinez there forward. He thought he'd have a little bit more time than he did. Our longest rally of the match. Now sets up a game point chance here for Kikuchi. Good serve wide from Kikuchi to test the Martinez forehand. Always great when your returner's off the screen, right? You can see Martinez, I suppose, in the bottom left corner, just barely conceding so much ground on the serve. But tries to take that one a little bit earlier. But ultimately, Yuta Kikuchi gets out of a jam, holds 4-2-1, still on serve here in set number 1 of our Norman Open men's singles final. And, of course, takes in just a absolute community to put on an event like this Norman Open. So many people we'd like to thank here at Cracked Racquets for allowing us to be a part of this team. Again, to the Oklahoma Tennis Foundation, beneficiary partner of this event. We appreciate their support of the tournament, but also, of course, their support of tennis throughout the state of Oklahoma. And then have to give a shout out to our dear friends at Two Dogs Social, who give you a leg up on your personal and professional social media, websites, resumes, and LinkedIn. They can help you out. It's the team Bruce Johnston, dear friend here at Cracked Racquets, as well as Jordan Cohen. Provide all social media updates and website designers you could be looking for to learn more. Obviously, just hit the Google machine. Look up Two Dogs Social. We appreciate their support here of the Norman Open as Alex Martinez serves 1-2 here in set 1. Martinez cranks that first serve. I mean, clearly he can generate a little more pop than Kikuchi. Now again, look at Kikuchi's return positioning off the screen here. Said, the drive on that Kikuchi forehand, and just the word twitchy comes to mind. Feels like everything's exploding through the court. Whether it be his body, the footwork. You see the racket speed on that forehand, immense. Now he's got himself a reciprocal breakpoint chance. Boy, is that nasty. And that's been a wrinkle we've seen from Martinez here. Hit the big kick wide serve and volley when he's in trouble. I'll tell you this, that is not the last time we will see the 6th seed use that tactic either. Ooh. That's the good stuff. Martinez does hold 4-2-all, keeps us on serve here in our opening set. I can say we've got some fun planned, by the way, here on today's Norman Open men's singles final stream here for you fans. Not only, obviously, are we going to have this fantastic match, but coming up on this changeover, we're going to be joined by a member of the Cal men's tennis coaching staff. It'll be assistant coach Francis Sargent joining us. Talk a little Cal men's tennis. Get his thoughts on what Kikuchi has to do. Get over the finish line here today. Then, of course, after this set, speak with one of our hosts this week's Norman Open event. Head coach for the Oklahoma men's tennis team, Nick Crowell, will be joining us later as well. So stick around, folks, and have some fun here on Championship Sunday. Point construction, but the better pass from Martinez. And you see the play. Again, the tactics are very clear. Kikuchi taking almost every other forehand, if not every forehand, down the line to that Martinez backhand. And when he does hit to the Martinez forehand, it's only when Martinez has to play on the run just to hit some sort of passing or defensive shot. Obviously was able to execute there. Explosive. Speed with which he gets up to that ball. Racket speed to swing through it. Really nice approach shot. Sets up 2 game point chances here for the 23-year-old. Kikuchi holds for 3-2 here in our opening set. Again, Alex Gruskin, so excited, our Cracked Racquets team, to be a part of this Norman Open. Obviously, always a pleasure for us to see these ITF level events, which really have become a nexus of top college tennis players, young pros, all trying to establish themselves on the pro circuit. I know there's another men's event this week in Tallahassee where a bunch of Florida State players having success. Alex Naff, I know, is having a good week. Will Grant, someone who's going to get a lot of run this year at the University of Florida. Phil Henning, ITA All-American finalist. At least he reached the quarterfinals in Tallahassee this week. It's amazing to see the success so many former or current collegiate tennis players are having on the pro tour. Of course, the big names have always been the Isners, Andersons of the world, but now it's guys like Nori, Donald, Cressy, Giron, Nakashima. I can go on and on. The depth, pros, collegiate ties. This hasn't been this strong in a few decades. What a pass. What a nice scoop from Martinez on that low volley. Not an easy shot to hit in that scenario. So much pressure by Kikuchi. Did such a good job of dipping that pass low at the feet. Coach used to always say, when you do that, you get ready to chase. He almost chased down that first volley, but good by Martinez. And you see it again, by the way. Yes, the serve was a let, but the serve and volley tactic is here to stay. Quickness for Kikuchi in the corners. He almost beat you to the spot. Taking that forehand down the line. Excellent movement by Martinez to get there. The depth he had on that cross-court backhand clinched the point for him, and now game point chance here for 3-all. Wheels by Kikuchi. Martinez, dare I say, a little lackadaisical on the footwork for that forehand. Almost had to be that good from Martinez so far. That was a win or lose sort of shot off of his racket. You go inside in, highest portion of the net. Manages to execute to fight off the break point. It's another break point chance here for Yuta Kikuchi. Martinez just, it's every other point. Error pops up. Kikuchi continuing to ask all the right questions. Look at a second serve here as well. Another one of those go for broke, inside in. I don't want to say slaps because that's disingenuous. One of those inside in, dare I say, miracle balls for Martinez. Manages to execute. That set Kikuchi half an inch away from the on the run forehand winner and break. Instead, we're back to deuce. Said it early, be ready for the serve and volley. When you hit the serve that heavy, slice wide, kick ad, you just have so much space to work with. That's tennis 101. Time and space away from your opponent. Very well done by Martinez. That's a heck of a hold. 21-year-old Alex Martinez fighting off a handful of break points to extend this set to 3-all. Still on serve by the thinnest of margins here in our Norman Open men's singles final. And it's very clear over the past, dare I say, 10, 15, 20 minutes, this match, massive leap in level. Just spraying a little bit from the ground right now, and that's a credit to Kikuchi. Everything has to be a half-second quicker. Facing off against the 23-year-old 7th seed, and that timing has clearly thrown off the rhythm of Martinez here early. That's a gimme. So Yuta Kikuchi holds 4-4-3 as set one rolls on here in our Norman Open men's singles final. Well, folks, we've got something fun for you all here today in our coverage of this Norman Open men's singles final. As promised, we are now joined by the assistant coach of the Cal men's tennis team, entering his second season on the job. Welcome, Coach Francis Sargent. Coach, how are you feeling? 4-3 first set. Have to be feeling pretty good, right?
Yeah, pretty good. Firstly, thank you for everything you do for college tennis. It's amazing. We got to get you on the Cal's campus at some point.
No, I appreciate it. I'm working my way over to Berkeley. I'm trying to hit all of the Cal schools on the cycle. And eventually, eventually, once I get my hands on a car, that's the real thing. And then I'll start working my way across the state. But obviously, fall portion of the season, this is the time to experiment, do things like go play pro tennis. You know, for Yuta, I mentioned this earlier, I think he's 20-8 in singles, in pro singles results here over the past few months. What's clicked so well for him here? Why do you think we see him in the final today?
Yeah, so I've got to step away a little further. Sorry, so they can hear me. Step away a little bit. He's super senior. So he's doing his 5th year at Cal Berkeley. So, you know, we wanted, as a coaching staff, wanted to give him plenty of opportunities to play some pro events, get some points, so he kind of has a kickstart once he graduates. He's been doing really well. He's been working hard back on campus. Yes, I mean this tournament obviously he's had some pretty good success. Had a great win yesterday over a guy ranked like 320, something like that. So playing good tennis. The courts are super slow here, so I think that kind of suits him a little bit. Gives him time on both sides. And then even his serve, his kick serve's working pretty well here. So. I think once he gets into some baseline exchanges, he's feeling pretty comfortable.
Yeah, and you mentioned those slow courts. It is interesting. You see with the kick serve for both of these guys, Martinez's kick serve, I feel like Kikuchi's playing 2 courts over sometimes on the return. And, you know, with that in mind, watching Martinez here early, obviously Yuta just had a couple of breakpoint chances in that last service game. Yeah. In your opinion, what's the tactical adjustment? How does Yuta get to your point, extending baseline rallies in this match?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, he's already had a couple break opportunities here, and fair play to Alex. He's come up with a couple big serves, big forehands. So I think he's got himself into a position in the games where he's got opportunities to break. So I don't think he needs to do too much different. I think I maybe would have, if I was on court coaching him, I would have told him to return in a little different spot. But Alex he's got weapons on, especially serve and forehand. So if you can steer clear of that, they can play a couple more backhands. I think that's kind of the winning strategy. But he's had opportunities already. So whilst I think it's 4-4 now, I'm just watching from the side. It's okay. Don't know what. That was a bad shot there.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'll try not to keep you for too much longer here, as it is critical stages here of the first set I want to let you watch. But obviously for Yuta, you mentioned it, 5th year, he's coming back. Last season, Cal men's tennis, 11-10 in the first year with you and Coach Quinta. First of all, Coach Quinta, is he as good looking as he thinks he is?
You know what? I really would like to play the fifth on that one, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's a pretty good-looking guy, I must say.
You know what? I'm going to agree. I'm going to say yes. He is as good-looking as he thinks he is. But as you guys build together here in year number 2, what are your hopes, obviously, aspirations for what you guys can accomplish over at Cal?
Yes, I mean, see, for last year, Chris came in January, so we haven't even been together for a full calendar year yet. So, you know, certainly building off of last year. Last year was a step in the right direction, but still, you know, I think we've felt like we left a little bit to be desired there. So, you know, we're looking forward to kind of building off of last year. I think we're gonna be stronger. We brought in a couple guys, so yeah, looking forward to a better season this upcoming year.
Are Sid and Utah going to play together? Because it feels like they've obviously made a pro circuit final this summer. It feels like that's a little pairing.
You know, like we've got quite a lot of good doubles players on our team, honestly. So it's not going to be that easy to decide who to pair with who. Even like earlier this year, Sid and Carlo made a good run, made semis of a challenger. So and then, you know, another pair, Ryder and Lucas, beat the #1 team in the country. And then, you know, we've got some other guys as well. So it's like, you know, I mean, it's still only, you know, still 2 months away from season. So certainly, you know, doubles lineup's not locked in. But, you know, if it does end up being Utah and Sid playing, I think that's a pretty good pairing as well. So
yeah, you guys definitely have options, no doubt about that, and it's going to be fun to watch the Cal Bears for sure. And you're right, it's really year 1.5, not year 2, I suppose, for you and Coach Quinta. With that said, obviously 4-all deuce here. Do you want to offer me a prediction? You feeling good about Utah's level today?
Yeah, I mean, it's close. I mean, I think both him and Alex have been playing good tennis throughout the tournament. So I knew kind of going into this match is going to be a close one. Both guys are playing well, so we'll see. Obviously, I'm not impartial towards Utah, so of course I feel like he's going to get the win. He's playing well. But yeah, it should be a fun match to watch.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Well, before I let you go, the last thing I'll ask for, give me the plug. Why Cal men's tennis this year? What should fans take away? What do you want them to take away, when they watch you guys compete this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're making a big push to being a tougher team this year. So, you know, we're getting on the guys about, you know, just being disciplined, you know, playing with high energy. Like I said, we brought in some guys that I think as a coaching staff and as a team, we've got good vibes coming into January. So we'll see. I don't know how far we're gonna go, but I think certainly we're trending in the right direction, and yeah, just vibes around the team are pretty positive. So yeah, should be an exciting watch for people coming out to Helmond Tennis Complex.
No, love to hear that. And obviously you have been someone who's been a part of college tennis now for a decade, dating back to your time at BYU and, you know, Stanford, now over at Cal. It's been great to see you, obviously, in your continued rise, and wishing you and the Cal team success throughout the course of this 2023 season. So, Coach Sargent, thank you for taking the time to join us, and don't be a stranger. I'm sure we'll chat again more soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, of course. Take care.
All right. Take it easy. Bye.
Yep. So we see, of course, a massive thank you to assistant coach Francis Sargent, again, of the Cal Bears. Cal 11-10 last season, but as Coach alluded to, you've got Utah, Sid Banthia, who's been a standout throughout his college tennis tenure over at Wake Forest, now finishing his career here at Cal. You look at some of the other members of the roster that he alluded to, Ryder Jackson, experienced player coming over from USC. They're excited about Carl Neal Overbeck. A bunch of talented players on the Cal Bears roster. And again, thank you to Coach Sargent for taking the time to chat with us. I should offer a thank you to Coach Quinta as well. Tolerates a lot of my nonsense throughout the course of the year, but obviously we distracted. Utah must have been listening into the interview as the dam has finally broken. Kikuchi broken in his 4-all service game, and just like that, Alex Martinez will serve for the opening set. Just expecting that serve and volley now. That was an exceptional adjustment on the return. Say, okay, I know the kick's coming. I'll give you the 12 feet of space you want. I'm just going to execute the return better than you. Dips that backhand so low, so much drive. That one's unreturnable. Alex Martinez has brought the heat on serve this week. And look, Oklahoma's going to be expecting Martinez to be the guy this season. We jump into that #1 singles spot, and the weapons we're seeing, the serve, the forehand, they'll translate at any level. Kikuchi will not go away. Now 2 breakpoint chances to level things here in the first set. So let's play on. 5-all, set #1. Again, we see our first 2 breaks of serve, as so frequently you see in pro tennis happen on back-to-back occasions. Martinez unable to consolidate for the first set, and that's a credit to Yuta Kikuchi, who continues to just attack, take that ball a little bit early, a little bit on the rise. Executes as a cross-court pass. A little casual excellence, why not? All of a sudden, it's 30-all. And that sort of pace here to end this first set, just a frantic back and forth, and now it's the ace wide. Sure you didn't have that on your bingo card. Kikuchi firing off the ace. second of the set. Sets up a game point chance. Yeah, I think the forehand sprayed on him. So, Kikuchi does steady the ship from 5-4 down 2 straight games for the 23-year-old from Japan. 6-5 back on serve here in our opening set. And as I've alluded to earlier, takes a village to put on an event like this Norman Open. Again, you see players from all over the country, all over the globe, descending upon Norman for this event, and so many people we have to thank here at Cracked Racquets who helped make all of this possible. Obviously, to the OU Tennis Club staff, members, volunteers, appreciate their patience, their help in providing all the action and support for the action you see today. To the USTA Pro Circuit, USTA Missouri Valley, USTA Oklahoma, their support essential in getting this event off the ground. Of course, you also have to thank the Oklahoma Tennis Foundation, partner and beneficiary of the event. They appreciate their support, not only for this tournament, but of course, Oklahoma Tennis Foundation dedicated to providing opportunities for tennis throughout the state of Oklahoma. So a massive thank you to the OTF, as we know it here in our circles. Right now, speaking of Oklahoma, 4th year Alex Martinez, starting at 5-6. Yeah, that's been the ball we just haven't seen much of. Yes, Martinez has hit big forehands, but has not had the opportunity to tee off for the free, easy forehands. Kikuchi has made him work for everything. It's an early spray. And that's the pattern du jour for Kikuchi today. Deep to that backhand corner. And in particular, that backhand down the line has maybe been his single most effective shot. All right. All of the sudden, 5-4 down seemed to have woken Yuta Kikuchi up. Now he's got 3 breakpoint chances here for the first set. Yuta Kikuchi, 7-5 opener for the 23-year-old out of Japan in 5th year for the Cal Berkeley Bears. And boy, that happened quickly, didn't it? It was 5-4 Martinez about 6 minutes ago, and then he blinked. Now, I don't think there's any other way to say it. The 21-year-old, just a streak of errors. You cannot offer Kikuchi anything for free, and that feels like, again, perhaps a result of the summation of Kikuchi's efforts. Just kept knocking on the door over and over and over again. Ultimately able to secure a 7-5 first set. We see now Alex Martinez and Yuta Kikuchi both leaving the court. It was a physical first set, no doubt about it. You see it about 56-minute set between these two. As such, they're going to go change, perhaps freshen up for us here as we get ready to roll into set number 2. And I will say, joining us here very, very shortly, the Oklahoma men's tennis head coach, Nick Crowell. Will be with us again, talk a little bit about what this event means, to be able to support pro tennis on campus at the University of Oklahoma. We can talk to him a little bit about Martinez, Hassan, the entire team coming back for the Sooners. So be sure to stick around. I'll also take this moment to shamelessly plug some other stuff we've got going on here at Cracked Racquets. If you like watching these guys compete, Kikuchi, Martinez, as we've alluded to, both going to be headed back to their respective college tennis teams this January. Well, you want to see some of the more of the top players in the college tennis universe. Who are the names we'll see perhaps rising to become the next Cam Norries of the world, Max Cressys of the world, Brandon Nakashimas of the world? Well, you can see them all starting this Wednesday on our Cracked Racquets YouTube channels. We'll be broadcasting the ITA Fall National Championships. Have coverage for you first ball to last, beginning this Wednesday all the way through Championship Sunday. Myself, Mark Bay, steering the ship. Super producer Daniel Westoff on the ones and twos as well. We're going to have plenty of fun. Don't want to miss it. Find out who these next top players in the world may just be coming out of the collegiate ranks. Of course, that said again, 7-5 first set for Yuta Kikuchi. Going to run you through some of the stats now we've seen so far here today. You look for Kikuchi overall here in set number one. Pretty solid numbers. Makes 63% of his first serve, 76% first serve win percentage. Fights off 4 of the 5 break points that he faced. Now, only 6 of 15 on second serve points, but he's also 8 of 12 on second serve return points. Martinez winning just 33% of his points on the second serve. Also 62% on the first serve percentage, which seems good, but pales in comparison, obviously, to that 76% number for Kikuchi. And yeah, I think that those numbers, again, match what we're seeing with our eyes. If you're going to ask me, again, who did a better job of constructing points in set number one, I think the answer has to be Kikuchi. And we're not just playing the scoreboard here. I think we were playing on Kikuchi's terms. Outside of the few aces Martinez hit, or the very easy and opened up serve and volley opportunities, again, it was a little bit tougher for Martinez to find ways to win points easily. We'll see what he does to try to flip the script here as we kick off set number two. Not the worst point to kick off our second set, and not the worst guest to kick off our second set either. Now joining us here on our broadcast, of course, many of you watching today will know him as the head coach of the Oklahoma men's tennis program. Welcome back onto our stream, Coach Nick Crowell. Coach, Pied Piper of this event, you bring pro tennis back to campus. Have to be feeling pretty good about the week, right?
Absolutely. It's been a great week. We had a lot of our guys playing. A lot of great players from around the world. And so it's been great. We've got a great crowd out here today, too, to support the finals. And, the more we can grow tennis, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're immensely grateful to be able to play any role now. Obviously, about 5 minutes ago, Alex was up 5-4, serving for the first set. I know he drops that first set 7-5, but what have you thought about his level, not only today, but this week?
He's played great all week. I mean, he didn't drop a set until the semifinals and played really well. first 3 matches. He didn't drop his serve in any of those matches. So he's been playing great all week. I thought he put himself in a position there to win the first set and, blinked a little bit there. I thought UTA played a good couple games, and then now we're going to have a battle here in the second and the third.
No doubt about that. When did Alex start working in the serve and volley? When did that become a wrinkle in his game? That feels a little new.
He's always been able to do that because he's got the big kick serve. And he'll sneak in. He'll use that a little bit more. I like how he brought it in there and kind of changed the pace of the match in the middle there. He was down 4 break points in one of those games in the middle of the set. And I know he threw it in a couple times. But, yeah, I think he's going to have to keep coming forward a little bit when he gets UTA off balance.
Yeah, is that the wrinkle for him in set number 2 as he looks to flip things around? How does he get back on track in this match?
I think so. I think he's got to keep putting, gets the return in play. He's got a pretty high percentage to win the point. I think they're about 50-50. So I think he's got to keep returning well. He served really good, about 5 aces. So yeah, I think, he didn't play his best game there at the end of that set, but if he can rebound right here and really focus on the 1-2, get the serve and return and play, I think it's going to be a good chance for him.
And obviously, a couple more questions, and I want to let you go watch the match. But a semifinal between 2 of your players, Jordan versus Alex, that we saw yesterday, is that more of a burden or a blessing for you as coach?
What's funny, Jordan's played a lot of our guys in a lot of big matches. For some reason, it seems like Jordan always lands one of our guys in the quarters or the semis. And so, yeah, it's as a coach, you kind of have 2 guys in the semis playing each other. You got someone in the final. You can almost sit back and watch as a spectator a little bit more, which is fun because you want both guys to win and equally as much. And so, one guy's going to win, one guy's going to lose, and you just hope that they come up there, good teammates, and they compete hard, and then afterwards, go eat dinner together or something. So.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And again, it was a great match between both of them as well. So plenty of entertainment for us. And
for sure,
I know we talked about this a little bit earlier, but why is it important for you, for the program, to be able to provide these pro opportunities for your team members and just, again,
Absolutely.
To have an ITF event here?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge for our team. We've been doing this now for 3 or 4 years. We were kind of shut down for a couple years with COVID. I think between the men's and women's program, this is the 7th or 8th future we've run since probably 2018. So, we want to keep hosting. We want to keep giving our guys opportunities to get ATP points and play against the best players in the country. I think in recruiting, I think it's really big to host these, and we're hoping to have 2 a year for the men almost every year, and hopefully we may even add another one at some point.
That's what I love to hear. Eventually, we'll get to the Norman Challenger, the Norman ATP, WTA. You and Audra can get a wild card into the events, and everyone wins in that instance. But looking obviously for you guys here, your team. We see Alex competing. Just had a break point today, so now has another break point chance here in our opening service game. We were talking about this yesterday when we were speaking, but we've got Jordan, Alex, obviously Nate had a really good regional, and Mark's coming back as well. How are you feeling about this group heading into 2023?
This group is really experienced now. I think they've learned a lot over the last couple years. We're really growing as a team. Everyone's really buying into our philosophy and what we're trying to do on the court, off the court, and we just want to keep working, getting better. I mean, everybody says that, but our goal is to just keep getting better every day. But I think we're having a lot of breakthroughs this fall, and we just want to continue and carry that into the spring dual match season for sure.
Yeah, no, again, whatever is in the waters right now in Norman, clearly it's working. My last question to you before I let you go, and for what it's worth, again, break point chance here for Martinez. A look at a second serve. Good approach, though, from Kikuchi to fight it off. With that in mind, and we've alluded to some of them here on today's broadcast, but talk to me about the support you've gotten behind the scenes from people like the Oklahoma Tennis Foundation, etc., who help make this event possible.
Yeah, absolutely. We couldn't do it without everybody. It takes a village, and I think everybody knows that. And we've got such a great support system all the way from our athletic department through our club here at the OU Tennis Club. Donna Johnston does a great job as our tournament director. The Oklahoma Tennis Foundation does a really good job coming in and supporting the program, and without them we couldn't run this tournament. And then we've got a lot of other sponsors as well, and I think want to thank all of those guys for everything that they've done to support the program and the team over the years, and we just want to keep growing these things.
No, absolutely, and we appreciate you guys bringing us in so we can at least try to do our part to help that as well. Well, Coach, again, good luck to you and the Sooners here throughout the course of this 2022-2023 season, and thank you very much for having us. Obviously, I'm sure we will talk to you more soon.
Did he get that break or what?
He is still another break point chance. So he's back.
Right.
It's back. Second serve look, kick wide, net cord dribbles over. He does get the break. So
there we go.
That feels like the perfect place for us to leave you, Coach.
Yeah, we'll take that home court advantage right there. Hey, everybody, Boomer Sooner.
Yeah, exactly. That's a little hand cranking of the net. But Coach, again, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And yes, chat with you more soon.
Okay, see you, Alex. Thanks.
Of course, we see here, I don't have the heart to tell him. Actually, I think that net cord bounced on the other side first. Oh, no. I blame myself. But Martinez will have another break point chance. So perhaps I was just doing a little forecasting here, a little foreshadowing, dare I say. Again, a massive thank you to Coach Crowell, entire Oklahoma program, everyone behind the scenes here at the Norman Open for having our Cracked Racquets team. We love to shine a light on these events that happen so numerously across the globe every week. So we were just forecasting things. Martinez does get the early break lead. So he'll lead 1-love now here in set number 2. Again, Alex Gruskin here. His 21-year-old fourth-year Alex Martinez. Compete this season for the University of Oklahoma. He's taking on the 23-year-old Yuta Kikuchi. Going to be a fifth year this year for Cal Berkeley Bears. And each of these players looking to capture their first pro titles of their careers. Gucci competing in a second singles pro final, his first since June of 2019 for Martinez. It's a first singles final in what has been a good pro summer for the 21-year-old Spaniard. Serve here up a break, 1-love, set number 2. Friendly reminder, Martinez took a 5-4 lead in set number 1. Only to drop the next 3 games in about 6 total minutes. Jeopardy surrendering that break lead once again here. first forehand opens up the court, draws the error. This feels like a critical 30-all moment. This is an inflection point game. Here, Martinez, you take that early 2-love lead. Make an easy case to yourself. I should have won that first set, serving forward up 5-4, but that's a great +1 approach. Again, the alternative would be, oh no, I fumbled another lead early, and now you start to get down on yourself. You start to doubt yourself. Opening here, hold here, prevents any of that stress. You know Kikuchi's going to ask the question. So relentless. He's the 23-year-old from Japan. I know these are all cliches. But again, he's twitchy. Just that ability to spring through just about every ball he hits. The sneaky consistency, fluidity in the corners as well. The shot he wanted, just missed it wide. And again, we see this continued theme as well of Kikuchi approaching a little more consistently to the Martinez forehand than backhand wing. It's an interesting footnote, certainly. Again, it's Martinez here. 1-point chance to consolidate for 2-love. steadying of the ship here from Yuta Kikuchi. 23-year-old looks to just get on the board, keep things within arm's reach. Again, yesterday went down an early break in the third set to Lucas Gertsch, or he was able to rip off 5 of 6 games and ultimately take a 6-3 deciding set. Kikuchi back on the board. It's for 2-1 now. Here in set number 2. Excuse me, holds for 1-2 here in set number 2. And again, Alex Gruskin. How did we get to this point of our Norman Open singles final? Well, if we can quickly, super producer Daniel Westoff, just want to remind all of you how each of our players got to this point. We'll start with the 7th seed, Yuta Kikuchi. Kikuchi, a 3-set winner yesterday over Lucas Gertsch. Wins over former Iowa standout Kareem Elaf. As well as straight set victories in his first 2 rounds as well. Of course, Lucas Gertsch, a top 350 player in the world. A guy who reached a challenger final about a month ago. It's a very nice win for the 23-year-old Kikuchi as he prepares to start his final collegiate season at Cal. Meanwhile, for Alex Martinez yesterday, it was a 3-set come-from-behind victory against teammate Jordan Hassan. The day before that, a phenomenal win. Former top 5 guy in the country in the collegiate tennis ranks in former Baylor All-American Adrian Boitan. Good wins over Cal Sid Banthia in round 2 as well. It's been a good week for Alex Martinez, who will very likely start next week at a new career high in the ATP singles rankings. The question is, can he hold on to this 2nd set and force a 3rd? Let's find out as Martinez now serves 2-1 here in set number 2. Again, it's been back to the basics here for Martinez in this 2nd set. Deal with the ball that high and heavy. Always going to be difficult. And again, he gets so worried about the cleanness of his forehand, it allows him to do that. Mix in the slice drive approach. Shades of a young, dare I say, Rod Laver in that approach shot. Who says the chip in charge is dead? sudden, back to deuce. This has been the issue for Martinez today, consolidating opportunities. Certainly created them for himself, but just unable to build himself a significant lead at any point today. Just like that, Kikuchi's got himself a breakpoint chance back. You thought this set was going to be uncomplicated. You have not been watching this one. As Kikuchi again anticipates the Martinez kick, serve, and volley tactic. He just says, my best is better than your best. As he dips that backhand return low at the feet of Martinez. We are back on serve now. And the momentum resides with the 23-year-old to Kikuchi. It's tricky. Again, why this match has been so entertaining. Outside of the Martinez serve and volley rhythms, no 2 points are the same. It's a slightly different wrinkle. Almost every baseline exchange. Big hold. Excuse me. Big moment for Yuta Kikuchi, as again, I mentioned how that game was an inflection point. It just felt like for Martinez to have that opportunity to take a break lead, be a front runner on a scoreboard. He just hasn't had that chance here today. Once again, Kikuchi seems to have taken it away from him. Kikuchi, 8-point chance here. 3-2. There's Kikuchi, 3-2 now on the turn. Very impressive hold from the 23-year-old. Again, just continues to stick around. Every service game, every return game. Kikuchi's done a great job of taking away the free points from Alex Martinez today. Again, Alex Gruskin here, so excited our Cracked Racquets team gets to be a part of this 2022 Norman Open. As Coach Crowell alluded to, this is not the first time, nor will it be the last time we see pro tennis return to the University of Oklahoma. Of course, for both programs, Oklahoma tennis is now just, dare I say, synonymous with success. You look last season, Oklahoma women, #2 in the country for the majority of the year. Finalists at both the National Indoors as well as the NCAA tournament. Coach Cohen has the Sooners rolling right now on the women's side. And then look, the results for the Oklahoma men speak for themselves. 3 consecutive finals. 2014 to 2016, an NCAA individual title for Spencer Papa. Andrew Harris in 2017. Out of 32 last season, but a very fun core coming back. Yeah, that dropped good. Oh dear Lord, Yuta Kikuchi finding his top level here in just the most consequential of moments. Another dipper. And I do want to point out tactically, you see the dip and chase tactic. Dip that first passing shot at the feet, be ready to chase down the short volley. Kikuchi is ready for that combination just about every time. Much needed big serve from Martinez. You feel like, again, if he's not careful here, the match could be slipping away from the 21-year-old. It's amazing how far back Kikuchi plays on the return, and yet has not been compromised in the slightest. Kikuchi now in command. It's his singles final to lose. 7-5, 4-2. Word I keep coming back to is relentless. The 23-year-old has been relentless today in his pursuit of his first pro singles title. Again, may not have the biggest weapon on the court, but he's been so aggressive with his forehand. I love it. Good. It looked like it did. Indeed it does. So 30 all now for Kikuchi. And that's been the ball right there. It feels like even when he's had, even when Martinez has had Kikuchi on the run, Kikuchi just so explosive in those outer thirds. Really is something. Really exceptional tennis from both Alex Martinez and Yuta Kikuchi. Martinez able to come up with an exceptional short angle pass. No chance to get us back on serve. Expect anything different? Doesn't love the call. Yeah, I don't know if that's where the ball hit. Kikuchi able to come up with a big serve in the biggest moment. court passing shots. And just like that, we are back on serve. How about that from Alex Martinez? Martinez breaking for 3-4 here in set number 2. Just another wrinkle. Has been a very fun Norman Open men's singles final. Alex Gruskin here to steer the ship as always. 7-5, 4-3 here. Kikuchi still in the lead in case you're just joining us. Martinez, 21-year-old rising 4th year at the University of Oklahoma, actually broke to take a 5-4 lead in set number 1. Served for the opening set, though never got to set point as Kikuchi went on a run. And that combination of speed, counter-punching ability, and then a sneaky ability to generate, particularly going down the line, has kept Kikuchi in command now. Martinez was up an early break. Once again here in set number 2, only for Kikuchi to race off 4 straight games. But just like that, Martinez breaks back. So we're on serve 3-4 stat updates for all of you who have joined us from the start. As of right now, you look, Martinez winning just 55% of his first serve points, 43% of the second serve. He's faced 10 break point chances so far today. Quick response from Alex Martinez, exactly what he needed, holding 4-4 all. He's down the tee as well, just exceptional. Took a little longer than expected. Nice combination from Kikuchi. Open up his 4-all service game. And look, with that 4-2 game in retrospect, you now sort of understand maybe why Kikuchi's been approaching to the Martinez forehand wing as opposed to that backhand side. Martinez backswing, maybe just a little, or not the length, but I suppose just how close he keeps that ball to the body. You force him to play on the run. You can definitely see some moving parts. So Kikuchi does respond in kind. 9-4 lead now here as we reach the home stretch of set number 2. Again, Alex Gruskin happy to be here on the call. For today's Norman Open men's singles final. Yesterday was the duo of George Goldhoff, Tyler Zink, partnered together to ensure at least there would be some sort of Big 12 connection to the Norman Open men's doubles title. Goldhoff, of course, spent his years as a standout at the University of Texas, also coached for a few years over at Baylor. Zink, of course, a rising junior for Dustin Taylor and Oklahoma State. Tell you what, that duo looked very, very good in their victory yesterday. The sort of performance that had you thinking, yeah, it might not be long before we see these two step up and maybe play some challenger level events, test themselves against that next caliber of player. But certainly been a high caliber match here from the start. Competitive. Here's the question. Can Alex Martinez find enough free points here to extend this match? Again, you look overall at the stats so far today. Martinez, 7 aces, and yet winning just 56% of his first serve points, just 44% of them here in set 2. It's already been broken twice in the set. Oh no. Double fault number 6. Love this. Absolutely love that from Martinez. Take a second. Compose yourself. No need to rush back up to the service line. Veterans guy. That's maturity from the 21-year-old, to just take a moment, take a breath, and then didn't press on that love 30 point. Physical, found forehands on the ad side. Love the discipline. Too good. Kikuchi with the slow roller introduced a hint of indecision. And Alex Martinez then explodes through the forehand. 2 match points. And it's a first pro title for 23-year-old Cal, 5th year Yuta Kikuchi. Kikuchi, 7-5, 6-4. Outstanding tennis. from the 23-year-old. And now he is an ITF Pro Circuit champion. What a moment for Kikuchi, who with his victory here today, Kikuchi up to a new career high, I believe. Yes, indeed, he will jump all the way into the top 900 for the first time in his career. What a moment for Yuta Kikuchi. What a moment for Alex Martinez as well. Have to offer some credit to the Oklahoma fourth year. Again, could have easily went away down 4-2 in that second set. He didn't. He continued to ask questions of Kikuchi, continued to come up with big serves, big forehands. And if you are an Oklahoma Sooners fan, can't be anything but impressed and encouraged about Martinez's level, his ability to take another leap forward in the upcoming college tennis season. That said, I mean, if you're Coach Chris Quinta, obviously we had the chance to speak with assistant coach Sargent here on our stream today. How can you be anything but thrilled for Yuta Kikuchi? Thoroughly deserving of his first pro singles title, a 3-set win over the top seed yesterday. Again, just relentless, aggressive, intelligent, measured when he needed to be. So impressed by the fifth year over at Cal, and I know we're going to see more for him moving forward. With that said, that'll do it for the 2022 Norman Open. Again, a massive thank you to every sponsor who helped to make this event possible. We are so honored to be a part of this experience. So thrilled to be able to help grow our beloved sport and shine a light on what is, again, outstanding tennis that happens week in, week out, not just at the ATP and WTA tour levels, but at the challenger level, the ITF level, the collegiate level. We know how good the tennis is everywhere. It will continue to be our mission to bring that tennis to all of you tennis fans, to provide the sort of coverage we know the quality of tennis deserves. With that said, though, that'll do it. And as always, I would be remiss if I did not give a shout out to our super producer, Daniel Westoff, without whom none of this coverage would be possible. With that said, for our super producer, Daniel Westoff, and everyone associated with the 2022 Norman Open, I'm your host, Alex Gruskin. Again, your champion, Yuta Kikuchi, a first ITF Pro Singles title. Congratulations to him. And thank you to all of you who joined us for Championship Sunday.